All right, now let's try to understand more options or more ways, more ways in using record collections. Yeah. Um, Imagine a case, where you wanted to remove duplicates from a single collection. Yeah. How do we do that? So right now there is no out of the box way in Salesforce Flow to accomplish this. Yeah. For example, if I go to the application, yeah. So let's say I have bunch of customers, right? I have customers right here. For some reason, I wanted to build a search, okay, a UI with a search option by let's say billing country. Of course, I have multiple records and I have customers, customers across various geographies, correct? So I wanted to, develop a simple screen component. I wanted to develop a simple pick list where I want to show user to choose, billing country from USA, India, Australia, France, Sri Lanka, etc. But as you can just see, there are duplicates, isn't it? Yeah, duplicates. So how do I, remove duplicates so that I can just show only the unique billing countries for the users to, user to choose from in a pick list. Yeah. So before even we develop that pick list or design that pick list, right? We need to have a distinct billing countries first, right? Yeah. So that's what we are trying to accomplish. Okay. You will have a collection of billing countries. From that collection, you will remove the duplicates. Okay. Let's see how we can able to do that. Okay. And we will learn. We will learn, how to use a loop element in this particular video and how to use something called a operator. Okay. Yeah. So far we did use add, equals, etc. Now we will see how to use contains operator as well, and then we will also try to use decision and assignment element. So this is the output that is expected from us. Okay, so imagine that you have a collection of billing countries with duplicate values. Now after we complete our activity, we will just see this option as an output. Okay, so let's see, let's get into the action and right away start building the flow. Okay, so this is the screen flow. What I'm going to do is I'm just first going to query the uh, query the accounts object and then find all the billing countries. Okay, so we know that, right, whenever we touch the database, we will be using one of the data elements, right? In this case, I wanted to read data from the database, so I will go and then use get records. Yeah, I'll just say get all billing country. Okay, that's the name, and I'm going to say, go to account. I'm going to instruct Salesforce flow that go to account object, and then get me all the records. So how do I get all the records? Very simple. I can have a condition against the ID field, the record ID field. I'll just say does not equals null or empty string, right? Yeah, or is null equal to false. So of course, all records, all account records will have ID populated, correct? Yeah, it's a system generated ID, so it can never be null. So this will bring all the records for me, correct? Yeah. And what else I'm gonna do? So uh, I'm gonna tell Salesforce that, hey, can you store all the records for me? Yeah, instead of just first record, all the records. So moment I do when I moment I select this particular option, you will just start seeing a new record collection variable gets created. Yeah, that's it. You can just see this record collection variable. So now this contains all the all the all the what do you call account records, right? Yeah, I can let Salesforce to store all the fields, even though I just need only the billing country. I can let Salesforce to all the fields, or I can choose the fields that I want, Salesforce to Salesforce to store. Okay, I can just simply say billing country. So now what happens is, right, Salesforce will only store the billing country and the ID. That's it. Okay. Yeah. Instead of storing name, instead of storing, billing city, billing state, etc., it will only store the ID, which is by default, it will be there, and the billing entry. So this ensures that less amount is used in storing this data on the memory. Okay. Yeah. Either ways, you can use it. Okay. So I'll go with this option and then see what happens. Okay. So I'm gonna click on save and then let me give a name. So this is um, so search by account, search by country. Yeah. I'll click on save. So now comes the next action, next step, right? Where I wanted to loop through all the countries, all the billing countries. Okay. And then I wanted to, see whether it, whether it removes, how to remove the duplicates from it, right? So what I'm going to do is just to uh, show how many countries were retrieved, whether it has duplicates or not. What I'm going to build a screen. Okay. Yeah. I'll call it output. Okay, so let's add, a text element, display text element, just to print, the country's billing country data that we just retrieved in the last step. Okay, yeah. So this is, show output. Let's say country. All right. What I'm going to do is I'm just simply going to print that collection. That's it. Okay, print that collection. Yeah. So this contains, all billing country. Let's see what happens when we print this, and then we can further, go ahead and then remove the duplicates. Let's say done. Yeah, click on save again. Let's put this in the debug mode and then check whether it works, as intended or not. I just clicked on debug. Of course, I'm seeing the list of, IDs, isn't it? So I can also, change the code so that it will print the billing country. We'll do that very quickly. So we'll go back here. This is the one, right? Yeah. Yeah. So we can just, we just can just loop through and then, get the building contest, which we can do it shortly. But before we make an attempt to remove duplicates, right? Just think for a while. Okay. So what logic that I can use? Think of it, let's say I give you a bag contains, fruits. Okay. Yeah, a bunch of fruits. It has apples, orange, it has, banana, etc. Okay. I'm asking you to, just to pick one fruit at a time. Okay, and then and then and then put it in another basket. Okay, from one basket to another basket. Okay, so and I also tell you not to not to add uh, to add multiple, you can add one apple at a time. Okay, and when before you place the fruit into the next basket. Okay, you're going to check whether the fruit already present in the new basket. Okay, so in that way you can have only distinct fruits in basket 2, isn't it? Yeah, so in the basket 1 you have like this, you have mixed fruits. Okay, yeah, mixed fruits duplicates. Okay, then in the next basket you are just going to ensure that only distinct fruits or distinct fruits are available. So typically as a human, how do you do it? You just take one fruit at a time from basket 1, see whether it is an apple, yes, and then just put it in basket 2. Again take another another fruit from basket 1 and then see whether that fruit is an apple, whether that apple exists in basket 2. If yes, you will just leave it. You will not, add that fruit to the basket 2, correct? And then you take another fruit from basket 1 and see if it is apple or orange. If it is orange, yes, orange does not present in basket 2. I'll put orange in basket 2. Yeah. So you will repeat that, repeat that iteration multiple times, right? Until you remove, until you ensure that only distinct fruits, present in basket 2. So we're going to do the same thing. So this is the collection that I have, right? Collection with all the billing countries. Now what I'm going to do is, right, I'm just going to run a loop. Okay, yeah, because I wanted to check each and every billing country in this case. Okay, billing countries, and then see whether it's present in the next basket or not. So right now I need a basket, I need a collection, a bag, to hold the distinct countries. What I'll do is I'll go to new resource, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to choose a variable. Okay, I'll just say v underscore let's say distinct billing country. So this is the basket 2 for me. Okay, yeah. So this collection, this variable will hold all distinct country. Yeah. So this is going to hold a text, but more than anything, right, this is going to be a collection because I want to make this particular variable to hold more than one text or more than one data point or a string. I'm going to turn this into a collection. So enable this checkbox, you are all done. Okay, on the left you will just start seeing a collection created. and just see this red collection variable created. That's it. Okay, this is my basket now, basket 2. Okay, so just like just like the approach we discussed. So I wanna this loop helps me to loop through each and every item in the entire collection, basket 1, right? So let's see. So uh, loop loop billing country collection. Yeah, and let's map the previous step because this is the one that's going to hold all the billing countries, the basket 1 for me, right? Yeah, and I'll say run it from first to the last item, right? So now I have to I can pick one item at a time, right? And then check, isn't it? That's what is important. So how do you check? How do you check or how do you check? How do you implement checks in in Salesforce Flow? We use decision element, right? So I'm just going to introduce a decision element. I'll just say I wanted to find duplicate versus non-duplicate. Okay. Yeah. So can have two outcomes. One is duplicate. The other one is not a duplicate. Yeah. So probably yeah, not duplicate. Yeah. So this is where I'm going to configure the condition. When do I say that an item is a duplicate item, right? Yeah. So um, if basket 2, which is which is the collection that I created, yeah, if this basket 2 contains, okay, contains the record that is being looped, right? In this case, the current item in that collection, the current item in the list of the first bucket, the first in the the current item that I picked from the first basket, which is from the the country collection. Yeah. Let's choose our current item from the collection, but we are specifically checking on the billing country, right? That's it. Yeah. So from the first basket, you are just selecting the item and then checking whether it presents or it is present in the basket 2. If yes, then it is clearly duplicated. I don't want to do anything. Yeah. Otherwise, it is a not duplicate, isn't it? Yeah. So simple. Yeah, let's close this one. Let's close this one as well. Yeah. So now I can find duplicate versus non-duplicate. If it is not duplicate, then what I can do is I can just simply use an assignment element. Okay. Yeah. So I'll say add country to distinct list or list collection. Yeah, which is nothing but the same basket. Yeah, put that in the basket. Yeah. So add the current item billing country. Yeah. So billing country, that's it. Okay. Yeah. The same thing, the same approach which we discussed, we just have implemented using Salesforce Flow. That's it. So now once this is done, after every item is checked, right? Then finally, what I want to do is I just wanted to, print distinct billing country. Yeah. So let's choose the basket that holds all the distinct country data. Yeah. That's this. Okay. And let's click on done. Let's see. Let's save and then run it in a debug mode and then check whether this is giving us the expected output. Let's click on debug and then let's click on run. Perfect. Now you can just see this, right? Yeah. So we did retrieve multiple records from the account object, correct? Yeah. And finally, what you see right here, is a list of distinct countries. I can use this to further build my search pick list, right? Where it will show only the distinct countries for the users to choose from. But most important thing is we did use collection, correct? To remove the duplicates, correct? A simple logic with a combination of for loop and the decision element, we managed to remove the duplicates, correct? Yeah. Um, so before we close this video, right, so we can accomplish the same use case, okay, using various other methods as well. Okay, I can use apex code, okay, to remove the duplicates, yeah, which we can later see in our later see as a separate video. Okay, yeah. So without writing a single line of code, we managed to remove duplicates from collection. Yeah. So you can use apex. There is one more option, Okay, within a flow with through which we can able to remove the duplicates. We'll make a separate, video where we'll explain, where I'll explain, how you can use collection in a little different way to remove duplicates as well. Okay, for now, we just accomplished our task, of removing duplicates from single collection.